Okay, to watch this video for Tuesday, April 10th. I'm just sharing with you a tweet I sent out this weekend. A couple reasons. One, I want to thank everybody that said happy anniversary. It's our 25th anniversary. I wrote that to my wife. I actually wrote that last year on our anniversary. I wrote that to her while we were having dinner at Ruth's Chris, right? Maybe one or two Crown Royals in. I wrote what you see right here. And so, I used it again this year because it holds true even more, right? But anyway, I tweeted that, and she already had the ring from a few years ago, like it was her Upgrade Forever ring. And then for this anniversary, and I did it actually a couple months ago, I upgraded the solitaire, right? So that's the ring there with the little video. And a whole bunch of people were really nice. But then there was this one, I'm going to be nice, this one person who replied something like, called it a QVC ad or something, and said classic nouveau rich, which I guess is implying that like I'm the first in my family to make it, or we don't have family money. And so when I read that, I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to put this in the video because that's accurate. We don't have family. I grew up dirt poor. My wife grew up dirt poor, and so for us, that ring isn't just, oh, look at this, look what we can afford. It's not that at all. It's actually, it represents working our asses off together. I mean, when the kids were little, if we needed her to work, she worked. I never had less than 2 jobs the entire time we were raising our kids, right? And again, I grew up with nothing, and so did she. Sometimes we have contests talking about which one of us was poorer growing up. So anyway, that ring to me, and I think to her, represents working our asses off and what you can achieve. It's way more than just a ring, right? And if I grew up with family money, that ring wouldn't mean a damn thing, right? It'd be like, well, I took some of the family money I was born into and bought you this. There you go. But it's way more than that. So, I guess for me, working my ass off and always having 2 jobs and teaching myself to trade while having 2 jobs, I'm very, very proud of it. So yeah, I am sharing that with the world, but it's not about the material thing. It's about the work and the success that that we worked so hard for. Because you see, in today's day and age, so many people think it comes easy. It doesn't come easy at all, right? It doesn't come easy at all. And I've been probably the most outspoken person out there that runs a chat room about people that put fancy cars and big homes on there, and that's not why I put that on there at all. It was all about marriage and love and hard work is what that represents to me. All right, so nouveau rich, Jesus, what a stupid thing to say. Anyway, so I wasn't there today because it was our 25th anniversary. My wife and I spent the day together. We actually had a really great weekend. We did so much this weekend. I can't believe I'm still standing. But it looks like the SPY opened up a bit, had a nice rally, and closed right about back where it opened. Kind of an ugly close there at the end. There's a lot of uncertainty going on. So just keep that in mind. There's trade wars. Now there's Syrian war, and nobody knows what to expect. There's a lot of headline risk out there, but again, we're in cash every night and just looking for intraday opportunities. And I try to build a list of things that might give a good trade tomorrow. And so here it is. Here's the list I'm going to be watching tomorrow. MEET, really nice little breakout off these lows here on nice volume. So maybe a red to green or something like that. CASI, very, very strong move. And now it's chopping around up here. But I said this in the video going into today that this one makes good intraday moves lately. So it's certainly one you want to have on watch. SLS, I'm not in love with, but it is back in here in the buy zone between the blue and the red line, which is the 8-day and the 20-day moving average. After a really nice pop here on over 15 million shares. So it's come back down on much lower volume. If it's going to bounce, I really kind of wanted to do it from this area. So we'll have that one on watch tomorrow. TENX gapped up the other day and ran to almost 12, and now it's down here at about $7. Worth watching tomorrow. A lot of people underwater in this ever since the gap up, so that makes me like it a lot less, but still kind of overdue for a bounce. So HMNY. I have to zoom in to show you this one, but this, it's hard to see, but you had a nice rally from a low of 227 here. In a couple sessions, it went to 335. So that's a sizable move as far as percentage gains go, and then it's holding nicely above 3 after the last couple days. So this one might get going. I certainly want to watch it. AYTU. I don't generally trade the stuff under a buck. Let me try to zoom in a little bit here so you can see. But you did have a nice 3-day rally, and you could argue on, I don't know, cup and handle isn't the right word, but it is starting to come back up, and I'm thinking it might retest this 76 cents. Let's see what it did today on an intraday basis. Yeah, it held up pretty well, especially in a weak tape. So let's keep our eyes on AYTU. And by the way, let me back this out for a second. If it gets over this 76 cents, you know, you might see a move to $1, right? So it's interesting to me, but we'll see if we can get a decent intraday setup on it. And then INPX, again, this isn't a beautiful chart or anything, but it did pop on big volume for this stock, what, about 4 sessions ago? It went to $1.21, and then today it tried to get going and went to $1.07 before closing at 93. I don't like the way it closed well off its highs, but still worth watching for the next few days. Not a very big list. Again, a lot of uncertainty out there. I went through a lot of charts tonight and really couldn't find really anything super interesting. So a lot of times when that happens, you know, in the morning, we'll have some nice gap plays setting up on overnight news or news in the morning. And it only takes one decent, you know, gap play setup and a decent move, and you can make some nice money on just one trade. So I log in every day thinking, I may only take 1 or 2 trades today, but if you focus on the proper setups, it's all about the process. If you have a process, you shouldn't need somebody to say, hey, take this one right now, right? You don't want to ever follow anyone's picks as much as you want to learn a process and understand why you're taking something when you take it. So keep that in mind. All right, check out the description of this video. We've got a nice special offer for a lifetime membership in our chat room going on. And we're going to look for some gappers in the morning as well. All right, so have a great night, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.